dominant.
Welcome back to the OPL Grand Final at the Melbourne Esports Open live from Rod Laver Arena. Right now, Mammoth are 2-0 up in their hometown. I do not think many people thought they would come out firing as well as they are right now.
It's so exciting to watch. It's so unexpected. I mean, this is the point where obviously the Chiefs need to prove their mettle, dig deep, and find the thing that can get them back into this.
And see if they have an oh shit button, because right now, if I'm Volt, I'm sitting there mashing it as hard as possible. Is it going to be Cupcake coming in? Is it something like the end playing in the top lane?
Yeah.
I think it's so risky to take out one of your veterans, but they have to be able to try something different.
But at the same time, if you nickname yourself the Red Demon, then I feel like you need a chance to play on the stage. So we'll see. I'm excited to see what happens. But before that, next seg. So, who here has seen Seven? We've got some Seven fans. Have you seen Seven?
I don't know what 7 is.
So there's a bit in Seven, it's kind of towards the end of the film, and massive spoilers for Seven coming up. Like huge spoilers for Seven.
Like, we're going to wait? Just run if you want to see it.
Like, leave now. But basically at the end of Seven, there's a box, and there's something in the box. And the meme is like, what's in the box? And it's a head. And so we're going to do that. Because last one we were guessing champions, so now we're going to do a game called Who's in the Box? And so what I've decided is I need you to turn around now.
All right.
So you just face that way.
I'm just going to go check out the trophy.
Can we please bring out the boxes? And what's in the box? Oh, okay, good. So I had no idea who was in the box.
Ah, so it's a person. Already I know.
Big spoilers straight away. Hey, you can sit there. Hey, bud. You can sit there. So you may recognize the people in the box. Jake doesn't know who they are. So this is basically Jake is just going to reach into the boxes and try to guess who's in the box.
Can I come back yet?
Yeah. So if you come to, whichever side you want to start with.
This is so degrading.
Who's in the box?
I just love that they're not even like good boxes.
No.
Like, that's how you know it's a Nick Boy segment. This isn't some OPL branded box.
No.
This is like straight out of the dumpster.
I moved house a couple of weeks ago, and these are just spare boxes.
There's also, come over here for a second.
Please.
There is like, can we get a cameraman over here? We got like a crappy circle drawn on the back of this box. Like, someone was like, I need to cut out a circle. Let me draw a rough guide for a second.
And it's the tiniest face you could possibly imagine.
All right.
So
first off, I apologize.
Can I say, let that be your first clue, that whoever is in this box, their face is too big to fit in that hole.
Okay.
So they've got a big face.
So I'm going to go for hair first. Oh, that's a nice haircut. That's a fade. That could have been a zero fade. That's Pabu.
No, it's not Pabu.
All right.
It's a fade, so it could be literally any man in 2019.
Okay. We're searching for facial hair. It's got very well maintained facial hair.
It could also be any man in 2019.
I'm going to go for a nose.
There you go. That's
just stroking the fin of the shark right now. Sleep, my precious, sleep.
Is it Bryce?
It's either Juves or Swiffer.
You need to make a choice.
They haven't complained yet, so I'm going to go with Swiffer.
No.
But it's Juves.
It's Juves!
Yeah!
Juves!
All right.
Congratulations.
That was very easy.
Yeah.
This one. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Brandon.
Hey, bud.
All right.
How you going?
This one.
Yep.
Oh, once again, a fade.
Wow, shocking. I mean, I can't talk, but, you know, you can.
Okay. It is a shaved head. It is a recently shaved head. This is Swiffer.
Oh, that was too easy. I literally have no other boxes with people in them. So now we're just going to need to fill.
I just love that it was like, it could have been the same person.
It could have been. It's basically...
It was our nose. It's because we got the biggest noses.
I didn't even get to his nose. I just got to his recently shaved head.
That's how well Jake knows his players, that a mere touch of the side of their face, you can... Also, it doesn't help that you have your goddamn name written on your arm.
Oh no, I was hiding it.
Yeah, but I couldn't... I can see the back of the box, Nix.
You can see the back of the box?
That's all I could see.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
not a cheater.
We also had to take your shoes off because we thought they would give it away.
You didn't wear Puma kicks on the stage?
I didn't wear Puma kicks on the stage, no.
I actually think that you're contractually obliged to wear Puma all weekend, Simon.
I did, in
Puma
fact, wear
all weekend?
Gravitas merchandise on the stage.
Right, okay. I didn't wear anything except for a suit that came out of a bag like 45 minutes before show.
So was this supposed to be difficult? What was the idea? Like, when you put this segment together,
Yeah.
what did you think was going to happen?
Well, I thought that maybe the producers might have 6 or 7 people lined up in various boxes, and it went, oh shit, your hair is short. Oh my God, because I actually had no idea who was coming out. So, okay, so that's the dead giveaway straight away.
When Matt contacted me and he was like, oh, we want you in this segment, I was like, this is going to be very obvious.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to come and just sit in a box for a bit? There was one person
As soon as I got to the nose, I was like, this is Jews or
who
Simon.
didn't say anything. So maybe you should come down. Yeah, you can come down. Yeah, you with your hand up. I have nothing planned for this. I don't know how we're going to turn this into some sort of game.
What are you doing?
I'm just putting random audience members in boxes. Okay, let's play a new game. How many people can we fit in the box?
Oh my God.
Yeah? Okay, cool. So I need that girl there who was clapping her hands. Yeah, you come. I need you on the left with the sign. I want you jumping up and down. Orange jumper over there. And you gotta be quick. Like, we need to prioritize speed over safety on the stairs. So if you want to hop in Swiffer's box,
What are we doing?
we're just gonna see how many people we can put in boxes.
All right, I'm leaving stage. I'm
This-
going to come over here.
This is what happens when the segment is not properly prepared. You hop in the box. Yep. It seems like we've got members of Chiefs who also want to be a part of this. Yeah, so ladies, you can come up. Volt, do you want to get in a box? Are you sure? Okay, cool. We got you in there. Just try to squeeze. Oh, the hole. There you go. And just fit in a box wherever you want. We're all waiting, lady. There you go. The answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people in boxes. Give it up for our box contestants, ladies and gentlemen. We have HyperX gaming headsets for the audience members. I don't know how many we have to give away, but I'm just going to say everyone here gets one. So congratulations. Give your name to Kitty.
Kitty is actually nodding her head right now saying, yes, that can happen.
That's
Absolutely.
very exciting. So please, off the stage, because we do need to play the final game. If you ever wondered how many people you could fit in the box.
Yeah, you can leave the boxes. Yeah, thank you, Simon. You don't have to take the box with you. You can, if you would like to take a box.
You're right. This is massively demeaning. I'm really sorry. Yeah.
You look hot in a box.
Thank you. All right. Game 3.
Yeah, we're going to have Mammoth coming back onto stage. It looks like we're going to do some early scouting. It actually is going to be a sub coming in for the Chiefs. You can see Thean in his chair, and looks like the exact same Mammoth roster coming out. Obviously, I haven't seen side selections, but that is the change that we were looking for.
Of course. I mean, look, now is the time to change something because this is potentially the final game on the line, but...
You know what? I'm going to make a suggestion. And maybe 7 minutes when we did the box segment was the time to change something.
Yeah, right. Do you reckon that they were inspired by the box segment?
I don't think anyone was inspired by that.
You guys were inspired by the box segment, right? It's way too expensive to drop. All right, let's get into game number 3 and back to the caster's desk.
Thanks so much, Nick. And spoiling the script there for a second, saying final game, I don't buy it. You know? Like, I don't see a final here where Chiefs do not pick up a single game. That's too crazy for me.
Yeah, but we have to start with exactly what has changed for the Chiefs. You know, is this the 3-0 for Mammoth? When Tien comes in, and this comes back to the point that we were saying just before we went on the break and watched people shove heads in boxes, is the fact that we have a rookie coming in on a 0-2 team to try and get them back into a grand final in front of a live audience. Have you ever seen something so crazy?
But I mean, 0-2, there's no better time than before you've lost to the series. Like, this is the only moment for him to come in and change something. And look, second game after the first blood, things were better than the first, but you have to call a spade a spade. Big Doss, he's been solo killed twice in these matchups for the top side. Fudge is coming in. Gauntlet form was incredible. He's translated that with ease onto the stage. This guy is absolutely popping off. And Tien, also in his rookie year here, played 1 game for the Chiefs last split. This is going to be his first time on stage. This is a big step up, and he needs to make a difference.
Yeah, we've already spoken about him, but Tien, as you said, subbing in right here, and he's just volatile, right? Like, as a word.
Yeah.
You know, like, he can literally 1v3, and then it's just like, great, we just won the early game. Or maybe he shouldn't be there in the first place, but still, he can make these big plays happen. So maybe this is the X factor, but it's a complete coin flip. And going into, match point, is that what you want?
Yeah, self-titled as the Red Demon. They're on red side as well here, the Chiefs, and that's a big thing as to why they can put him in. You know, game number 3, you get side selection as the first seed. Give him the counter pick, make sure that he gets the best matchup possible, give him a Riven, he'll actually win you the game. Like, that's the risk now that Mammoth have to contend with, as they've got carries in top lane against each other.
Yeah, do you double down on the fact you have Tien? Do you double, and you're just like, lock him in the hype pick, give him the one-trick Riven, you know, and then try and make something happen? Or do you do the same thing as Swiper? Because I don't think you do.
I don't know about Riven, but it is a necessary evil to have to play through his lane. I think this is 2 games in a row. It's the Caitlyn Karma first game, was not successful. The second game, they're picking the Ezreal, the bottom lane that we've been calling the best bottom lane of the OPL for weeks. They've been super dominant, is just playing negative matchups, right? Like, the positive one didn't go their way, and then they go back, they're falling back to the defense. And if you have Swiper playing like negative top side, and then you have a bottom lane playing negative bottom side, you have to switch that up if the mid matchup is just being the same every single time. Look, those are some interesting looking bands, I'll call it out. But yeah, I think they have to change something.
Yeah, a slight technical error on stage. We'll try and get that fixed as fast as possible. But yeah, it all comes down to this. And you know, it's got to feel bad as well for players. Like, sitting on stage, you're sitting in this, especially for Chiefs right now. We had the conversation earlier. These are some unshakable minds here on this roster. You think of Swiper actually in the top lane, you know, untiltable. Yes, those things will happen, but he'll never change the way he plays. Yeah. Now he's gone. Now you've got Tien, a very new player.
But he should be hungry. He should be ready to go. And that actually does add energy to the team. You know, like, there is a world where they went backstage, they all felt defeated, and the coach is like, that's it. Like, we're putting in the rookie because he's just bouncing in his seat. He's just like, get me out there, coach. Like, I want to win. So there's a high chance, you know, something like that actually happened. And bringing him in means that maybe they aren't, or maybe they are unshakable as a team, but he gives them that extra something, you know, in the way of helping them really feel good.
Yeah, and you and I, Rusty, will know those young players out from passing the LPL last year. You see Jackie Love, and he just comes out swinging, you know. You get those players like iBoy as well. Maybe this is the time for Tien really to shine those high-pressure situations and actually make it happen.
Yeah, because coming into this matchup, right, we have a bunch of people in their rookie year. Fudge has shown that on the stage, he will step up. Ayla has had reasonable games, but is just playing a Karma on the bottom side. We haven't seen Topoon yet, but then you bring out Tien. These are moments for these young players at like the start of their career to prove themselves. You've seen so many people go through competitive League of Legends that are just solo queue, like montage players. They're like rank 1 every single week. But you get on stage and you just don't see that same flair. It's obviously working out here for Fudge, but we don't know about Tien. This is the moment right now to prove it.
And I think the thing that you have to consider here with Tien is that the whole team lets him, right? Like, we haven't seen it on the stage, sure, but you know that he's a solo queue player who came into a team and they're like, your mechanics are sick, let's just let you do it. Like, let's just let you carry that game and we'll just support you the best way that we know how, because that's something the Chiefs are really good at. They could pick any member of the 5 and say that you're going to carry us this game, and then they play around it.
But in the same breath, you've got to talk about Mammoth. Like, crazy performance coming into there, you know? And I said it, like, in Game 2 or Game 1, but, like, this is the best iteration we've seen of this team, you know? And they were not bad to start with. Consistent top 2 from the start of the split. Of course, you guys here in spring would have seen a very different Mammoth, but, you know, this is just insanity.
That's the thing. We've seen this super team, like, on paper, they are nuts. We've seen them underperform massively, right? But this is coming into their peak League of Legends. They don't have much to change this game. They've got 2 games to play with. And going into the third one, they just sit back chilling.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is potentially final game of the night with Mammoth on match point here in the Rod Laver Arena for MEO. Could it be the 3-0 from Mammoth? Second seed taking down Chiefs, getting the bye into finals. We'll find out.
Mammoth fans no doubt wanting the 3-0. Chiefs fans wanting the reverse sweep to be seen. League of Legends fans just want as many games as possible of good League of Legends. So everyone out here tonight with their own agenda, their own goals, but we just want to see the best league and ideally as many games as possible.
100% with you there, Rusty. Let's take a look at those bans as they have unfolded. Kiana, the Karthus, and the Morgana, same as game 1 here from Mammoth. Aatrox ban, along with the Yuumi and Vladimir.
Yes, not going to be the Xayah, so they remove Aatrox out of Fudge's hands, but this could just be another Xayah Rakan matchup. No, they just take it away. Blind Rakan, so much riskier than blind Xayah, but they're just going to go in for it, and Claire gets his Akali again.
Yeah, 3 games of Akali in a row, and we have to come back to the first point here, however, of the Rakan. That is actually one of the riskier matchups into the Xayah. They're designed. The Xayah actually handles Rakan very well.
Yeah.
You go forwards as Rakan, Xayah kites backwards. That's their comp. So you have to pick an AD carry that is super strong with it. So that's what you have to look at now for the Chiefs with their 3rd pick. We have to see where Mammoth choose to go. Could just be a Nautilus and be happy with the matchup.
Yeah.
You have to do something really different here.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of different picks into Rakan, Alistair, Nautilus,
Volibear.
Raze on the other side, Volibear
Poppy.
even, exactly.
You want to go
Yeah.
deep, there are so many things that could shut this guy down.
Fully
Okay.
agree with you. Oh, Sejuani pickup and the Silence on the same team right here. I mean, often
damn.
we'll see the Silence picked into Sejuani or the better Sejuani, but
Yeah.
you can't do that if you have both picks.
Yeah, already valuable ultis. The Akali, Silas already has the double dash of his chain.
Wouldn't that
you
be a
take that
treat?
into the backside, you get the Rakan. Just start zooming around all over the place. This, I'd like it. That makes more sense.
I like this a little bit more for a first 3 pick.
I love that he's getting booed. That makes me really happy. We want Zed.
You flaunt it, that's what you get. Yeah, there's the Lucian. I was going to talk about this here from Raze. Has been a big pick for him over the split. We've seen it with the Yuumi as well, obviously taken away on red side this time here by the Chiefs, along with that Rakan. Yeah, we're going to have the Akali can go obviously between Claire and Tien, both assassin players.
And I would say that is a true flex now between our solo laners for the first time this set for the Chiefs. We'll see where the Akali goes, still presumably with Claire's hands, as he's just the most comfortable on the pick. We will not know until the 5th pick is there for the Chiefs, because he has the counter on it for Tien.
And I think guaranteed this is going to be a couple of jungle bans leveraged at only is going to lose some of his power picks, but then he has to take it away anyway. The Silas locked in immediately as they saw the Akali. You can tell Mammoth want to chase that matchup wherever it goes on the Rift, but the red side here for a TN subbed into the Chiefs roster is exactly what they're banking on. They have that ultimate say, they have the final decision to make, and they can choose the matchups they want. But no, okay. Not a jungle ban. Sure.
What a world we live in, where Volibear comes in as a ban right here. But hey, I
It's
agree with
good.
it. It's good.
It's so
Definitely
bloody
came out
good.
with a hell of a performance in game 2. So yeah, off the board. Azir, Emperor of the Sands, also going to hit the bench here for Claire. And back over the Chiefs for their final ban of what could be the final game.
And I do think that you've actually gone for the Volibear and the Brawn potentially as bans because you're looking for something like a Jarvan yourself. You want to deny them a good composition, but you're also 4th picking your jungler, so you have to make sure the matchup is as good as possible. Comp-wise.
Fantix right there, just talking to his team. A lot of communication going on. Opposite side, Volt. Stoic, yeah. I mean, I think that's reflected in the teams as well. We saw it on the player cams in the first 2 games. Very different mood right here. We can see that Camille also banned away at the solo lane. You know, I'm just gonna say it. Riven's open.
Just a blind pick.
Is a Riven one trick, you have to say it, but it won't be 4th pick surely.
So what is up? Like, he has everything, right? Like the Jarvan and the Rek'Sai, you can go Lee Sin if you want to. But, okay, back to basics. They took it away from Babip. He played in a game number 1. 2nd game was in the hands of the Chiefs, and it looks like the run back is here, so very standard stuff. Looking in, they need a front line for a Rakan, a Lucian, and an Akali, and these champions have dashes that Rakan can use.
Damn, they're
So
quick
Jarvan's
to lock
right.
in here on the side of Mammoth. They've gone for the Jace and for the Alistar. And Alistar, a little bit lower tempo in lane, still very much like the Rakan matchup, but Jace, triple, is a very big Jace player, and it means that we might have a Silas even potentially top lane if Fudge wants it, but he gets his choice. Ranged matchup for top lane blind, not a horrible option, but we'll see where they go. What beats Jace?
Oh,
It is at Jarvan, I guess.
okay, true.
Okay.
Yes. I was looking at it like Ayla locks in Gragas. We've already got a Rakan, not going to be in the support position, but
Ayla plays 3 of these.
yeah, Jarvan going to be towards the top side you expect in terms of gank threat.
Wow, okay.
Huge. Jarvan EQ, Gragas E flash. You can make things happen. If you get onto a Jace early, then that could be a game plan. This is a little switch up here from the Chiefs.
Yeah, this is a long time since I personally cast a solo lane Jarvan game. That takes me back, you know, back to full AD Jarvan days in the solo lane where you just blow up your opponents, and it's going to be a pretty explosive top lane. Jace into Jarvan matchup. Both have a pretty good laning phase.
Yeah, the one thing that this also means is the Silas Akali. That was the lock-in. Chiefs had the response in 5th pick if they wanted to pick like a different matchup, throw the Akali top side, but obviously not favorable into the Jace. They didn't want that one. showdown, and they are going to have to leverage that matchup that Mammoth just locked themselves into.
Yep, and there we go. We'll get coach handshakes in a second here.
Very important game for both of these teams. A handshake, lots on the line for Mammoth and Chiefs. We're very close to getting ourselves onto the rift.
Both coaches going backstage here. And obviously going to give them the time here to look at the teams and just see this one unfold. Obviously, very important match point here for Mammoth. 2 games in a row. They've been like half-hour games as well.
Yeah. But the big thing for me, we've done a lot of talking about Chiefs this game, and I'm going to do a little bit more, right? Like, Rakan Lucian locked in, very different than the Karma, than the Ezreal. This isn't a, okay, TN is in, we can only play topside. They still are flexible. This bottom lane that has been routed by King and Destiny on multiple occasions this game, we know their peak. It could be massive, but it's getting over that hurdle. This Mammoth lineup is just playing on another level right now. Nothing is going against them, and if they can hold steadfast, then this could be one of the quickest OPL finals we've ever seen.
Here we go, guys. Show your support for these teams because they absolutely deserve it. Chiefs opening up here in the bottom river. And they're stepping up, and we'll see how this one turns out. So top lane, I wanted to talk about top lane, to be honest. I mean, obviously top lane myself, but we have Jace into Jarvan. How do you think this matchup goes, right? Because I actually feel like with the Dragon Strike, you get a lot of early harass down onto the Jace because he's within that range when you're in Mercury form.
So the thing you have to look at for this matchup is first the runes that they've chosen to go for. Here it's a Comet right now for TN. It could have been the area if he wanted to poke, but Comet's the choice, which means a lot of damage comes from putting the flag down onto Jace. While he is a ranged champion, he runs out of mana if he stays in ranged form the entire time in lane. So he has to switch to melee form, and if you poke him down with the flags, threaten the all-in, Jace, I just think, comprehensively wins that. However, jungle coming to top lane just instantly pops a Jarvan, and any topside pressure makes it impossible.
Yeah, weird thought. Is this going to be an Emax here from the top lane of Jarvan? Because it's basically unavoidable harass, but into the Jace matchup, I feel like you can still max Q and have it work out.
And you kind of mentioned it, and my answer hinges on the jungle matchup. Because normally, like Jace, especially top lane, like mid lane is much harder to do, but you just want to isolate. That's fine in like a standard scenario, but when you look at the jungle matchup, like the Gragas early versus the Sejuani, it's just going to be infinitely more useful there. He has the E-Flash, the body slam can get things done. So yes, in isolation, it's like Emax, yeah, let's go for it. Let's just get the poke down time and time again. But maybe if you're just committing to the top side pressure, you don't even need to.
And while we're looking at junglers, we actually have to bring it to mid lane for a second, because this is a Sylas, the first time we'll see it in this best of 5 against the Akali. And Sylas loves every ultimate on the enemy team. He absolutely loves all of them. It is a Gragas ultimate with AP.
Ultimate's disgusting.
Yeah, Rakan does a lot of damage when you steal his ultimate and gives you engage tools as a melee champion. You poke with the Lucian ultimate, and this is a matchup where it may not be perfect, but you survive because you have a magic-specific shield anytime the Akali steps up to poke you, so you survive. And that means you will get to a point where you can influence the map with your ultimate, and that's what I expect to see here from Triples. Gone for the teleport, definitely wants to work with that Sejuani around the map.
Yeah, Sylas into the mid lane. Vladimir banned all series, so not going to get to see that one. Too much of a threat you have to feel.
And a similar start to the bottom lane that we haven't checked in with, but the Alistar level 1, the champion sucks. You know what I mean? If you can't get in pole range, then it's a super bad time. So pushing in underneath it, 19-7. Remember, that is how the last laning phase started, and then it was an overcommit for the Chiefs. Matchup swings back, Volibear, Hex Flash, just all over the place with the jungle pressure. Was able to turn this one around, but very big play there from the Chiefs. They have the Prio, they go back to Shepherd, their jungler, control his blue buff, and go back to lane to continue.
Exactly, and here's the current state of the map between both of these junglers. Only resets, gets his Predator boots, and immediately goes to an area where his team checks to see if it's available. It is. So he's going to harm farm on bottom side of the map. You've just seen Babbitt clear that bot side. Recall now going to the opposite side. So now we have a split map. The junglers are diagonally jungling away from each other, and so different areas of the map have to hard respect. Jace may not win top lane as hard right now, and wants to have the wave maybe come back towards him a little bit. Whereas on the bottom side, I don't actually think it gets all that much better for King and Destiny if their wave moves from where it currently is.
Yeah, just holding this right in front of the tower, just out of tower range. Only making his way towards the bottom jungle here. There was a top start from this Gragas. Babip is going to basically swap over and get this top crab right here. We'll see if he makes his way to the top lane after this. There is no vision here from TN.
Doesn't get double scuttled across the map right now. Mid matchup important to note as well, given the junglers can influence it. Like you mentioned, the split map. Babip He's going to reveal himself with that scrying plant, spots out the golems, but now knows that Gragas is 100% bottom lane. In saying that, Alistar hard to dive. Chiefs are a team that during the regular split, they've gone for level 2, level 3 dives. They can do it. They can look for these plays, but champion matchups aren't going to make it easy.
This is the play right now. Claire has teleport. He's actually walking to lane. If they choose to dive this, they die.
Yeah.
As a Mammoth knowing they back away. No eyes on mid lane. Good little disengage. And that means this wave crashes and gets the bounce back for free. And TN suddenly in a very good spot in
he's
lane.
up in CS after he catches this one. He has about another 6-7 creeps to take down. He's actually going to be advantageous versus the Jarvan.
Yeah, interesting stuff right here. It's actually just familiar, kind of like to the Camille laning phase right here with the Comet. You know, back when Camille was first coming out and doing quite well in this as it's been pushed in, gets the full minion wave, pushes an extra one as well here, still has the teleport. Jace will walk back to lane, goes for the double longsword, looking for early lethality. And we'll see if Jarvan probably, will recall now after this wave, push this one in.
Destiny cancelling his recall, but the members of Chiefs are rotating down. Important to note, Infernal Dragon is the spawn as well.
And
so
none of
bottom
them spotted.
priority is super important this game, and Chiefs looking to make something happen.
All currently invisible as well, walking through just control wards. Destiny not being able to get to the bottom lane. Bush and place vision himself. And so going completely unspotted until right now as Babip and Only will see each other for like the first time this game, I believe 6 minutes in. And finally resets happen, the map actually starts to shift. And these team fight style teams are getting closer to that point where they want to be fighting.
Yes, indeed. Encroaching level 6s. Actually, Claire just hit his as well as triple solo lanes. Obviously going to reach that boundary a lot faster. But we're still 0-0. You know, this is the quote-unquote slowest game we've had so far of this final. There's typically been a lot of kills. You saw actually mid lane jungle gravitating towards the bottom lane, potentially looking for a play, but it's top lane. There's a Cataclysm right in this one. TN goes for the flag drag, good flash out from Fudge, gets the knock away on the Thundering Blow, but he's very overextended, turns around, tries to get the kill on TN, but he sidesteps the right way, and it's not going to happen. First blood, over to TN.
Yeah, makes the prediction, and this time, game number 3, Chiefs winning top side of the map, only gets there early, first gank successful, and TN walks away with a kill.
And that's the play you're after if you're the Chiefs. You look towards TN, you say, he will win us this game. We sub him in for a reason, we get the kills, and it becomes a mechanics battle between Fudge and TN, trying to outplay in a 1v2 to get kills, but all aware of the situation. They make sure the kill goes to the Jarvan as well, and the perfect start for the Chiefs.
100%. You get that golden, thing in your mind where you're just like, Jarvan, where he gets that early lethality, starts snowballing out of control. Looks like he's going Black Cleaver first on this one. One-shots the backline. AoE now in the Cataclysm, does so much damage, and see if they can snowball this game, because that is true Chiefs fashion. I was just talking about them gravitating towards bottom lane, decided to back away on the play, something they actively went for in game 1 and game 2. So change up here in the rest of the map, but it's about TN.
Yeah, and I like them going towards the top side of the map. You take a look at the bot side, right? Like Ali into Rakan, this isn't a matchup we've seen rear its head for a long time, but Rakan cannot get bush control. You walk in the bush, Ali pops a ward, he gets the CC from the headbutt alone into the wall, the Q, the E, everything layered on top. And for Ayla this game, you can see it was an early base, he gets the Spell Thieves, but he's been basing much more often compared to Destiny, because he wants to leave the lane. If he can link up with Only and rotate around the map, then he can make things happen, because playing through bot side into Destiny's Alistar, long-time player, will just be so difficult.
Yeah, hard agree on that one. We actually see Only making his way into the enemy jungle, places down a ward on Raptors, actually. And Claire also moving towards this bottom lane. Blastcone actually towards Dragon. This is actually a Dragon setup and started down by the Gragas, starting with an Infernal.
Oh, no.
He's been
just
knocked
goes
into
into Crap Vision.
Absolutely cooked his vision, but it doesn't matter too much. They've got the numbers around. He's also got priority in mid lane. Claire trying to force clear that wave. Has gone for the Hex Drinker. It's worth adding the Akali at this point, so super defensive in the build. Does not want to die to Barbip and triple ever. And so he's able to survive while Only's making plays around the map. Once again, another objective taken closer and closer to the Chiefs' perfect style of League of Legends.
Boomer Mechanics not going to punish the Gragas on this one. Spits back out, but the blue take from Mammoth meant there was no respite. They're not able to contest. It's going to be another Infernal Dragon started up. We haven't seen Babip get active this map, right? The Sejuani pre-level 6 didn't look for any sort of plays. They've now hit level 6 on basically every member. Destiny will be dinging that mark very soon, probably the next wave. And we've yet to see them look proactive. Chiefs are the only ones that have made a play, and had it been successful, Mammoth still left to swing.
Yeah, kind of going back to bread and butter, we actually saw, like, the last Sejuani ultimate just go alright, doesn't turn into anything. This time holding it until it's almost like a sure kill here from Babip. Top lane, yeah, TN low.
Has teleport,
yes,
though.
that's the important thing. Has teleport right here. I believe he's sitting on a lot of gold as well.
Does.
Okay, yeah. Was it also expecting the gate right there, which would have put him in very much kill range. Fudge doesn't have his flash, though. So Stall's under the wave. This will be a couple minutes denied here.
And it's still okay, really. He's going to get back to base. There's no threat of a jungler. If the Sejuani was there, then that stopping of the base was very good. So right now, he's just going to get the recall off for free. He's actually not choosing to teleport currently. And I don't know if he's waiting for gold or if he's actually just looking to make a play elsewhere on the Rift. But Mammoth are aware that he hasn't used it. They've seen the wave crash. They've seen it die. Ayla hunting mid.
Just saying hello to Triple right here, dashes away and will not get knocked up. Here comes Destiny, though. Will be spotted on 2 wards, walks over a ping.
And this may be the answer we were looking for. They hold on to the TP, because if this stalls out, then he can still go bottom side and have that TP advantage. The map flip at 10 minutes this time is going to come through. And both these teams looking to match this one. Chiefs, game number 1, they started this one out and got forced off the play, but got to do exactly the same thing. Mammoth still have every summoner bar Fudge's flash available.
Yeah, this could be the first big moment of the game, that's for certain, Ejin. We're at a point now where Mammoth, they saw it. They've seen them doing the Herald, and they've said, we can't contest this. They're too afraid of the numbers advantage. Again, TN's here. No teleport from Fudge. Herald secured.
Yeah, I think also, like, item spikes, not favorable, right? The Hex Drink are hard to get through. Sejuani, yes, she's tanky, but, like, lethality hasn't been completed from the Jace. A Cutlass is much more useful for an AD carry than the components of an Essence Reaver, and they can make a more broadcast, a more cemented play here. Looking topside, Babip on the Sejuani game 2 was super successful at finding opportunities. He found Raze at every turn. This time, just going to play it safe and back away, though.
Yeah, Babip has had some nutty ultimates in this best of 5. But not today. We'll go back to base. Still has ultimate in hand. And bottom lane, true Australia lanes. And TN will be coming in here as well. Actually, upgraded boots in this one. Went for early tabbies.
Yeah.
So that's where all the gold went, because he was sat on longsword phase. So
I mean, you're against a lethality user, so rushing the early armor boots definitely worth doing. The risk here is that he's against a Sejuani without going for the Merc Treads, but so be it.
It's also one of those situations where, depending on the matchups, like, Triple can be thrown into the Ninja Tubber users, right? Yes, the map is very closed right now. Not a single turret has been taken. We're only 12 minutes in. Platings aren't even gone, but once we get into that 1-3-1, it's one of those things where in the draft phase, you have to spread your damage. Otherwise, like, a Ninja Tubby is too effective.
Yep.
Mammoth, in this case, they have an answer.
sometimes just straight up wins matchups. Here comes Shelly, looking for a mid lane charge on plates. Just gets blocked there by Claire.
Work it out, Shelly.
Gets the pathing. Quick 2 plates go down. And just out range as well, so it goes over to the right people, only actually pushing up here.
And the right people is exactly what I was going to say. You saw Claire game number 2, the Akali is what kept them in, and they're going to bash those plates in the mid lane. Yes, the turret is super impactful, but gold going to him right there. Triple and Fudge looking for it, but a very nice read. No vision bot side of the map, but they're just thinking about the play. They knew it was there, and EQ to the face of the Chiefs.
And again, another very tense moment starts to erupt in the middle lane here, but it's still a slow-paced game of League, much slower than the prior 2. And we're looking for that first real moment. Both compositions, a lot of engaged tools, both hunting for that vision control to find their moment to go forwards, but so tentative, not really willing to pull the trigger on anything they think is too risky.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely just different here from the Mammoth. Slowed down significantly, and maybe part of that is the fact that it's Tien, you know, like you're expecting the snowball, don't give him opportunities where he can actually start to expand in kills and just take over a game. And just move to that point where, hey, bread and butter for Mammoth. You get to the mid game and then you just take the fight.
Yeah, well, I think that's it, right? This is how Mammoth have been playing. A lot of reactionary punishes every single time. They have the read, they have the preparation. This time it's going to be the second Infernal Dragon spawning. They don't want to go mid.
Oh, you have to look at this one.
A minute before that happens and just blow your Alistar flash. They want the cooldowns to be available right now, and this is going to be all 10 members in this fight.
Chiefs have started this one off as well. Dragon at 5,000 health. Keep your eyes on that health bar. Teleports are coming in as well. Mammoth, they've decided this is something they will fight for.
This is a declaration of war right now. Ayla gets tagged by the ultimate. He's dead. There goes Claire into the back line. Tien jumps in as well to Cataclysm, but he is running away. But now in a 1 versus 2, chased out and poked down And that's a 1-for-1 so far. Dragon, it's still aggroed, has not reset.
Health bar's very low, however, but note that TN has the teleport, so one of them can get here straight away. Blue buff just cancels the recalls of only the MVP blue buff.
But they don't know. No blue ward in the blue pit. It's actually Chiefs with their own pink. The Dragon hasn't reset though. Ray sticking around means that they know they want the contest.
Hex Flash from Destiny.
Using the Dragon to block the coming. Claire comes back into this one. Babbitt half health. Tien doesn't have the ultimate, but closing in. Destiny trades his life, potentially forking at Babbitt. But Triple wants to turn it around. That's the teleport execution. And speaking of that, perfect execution coming in from Claire. He disengages.
Yeah, not able to find the pickup at the back end, so the Infernal does go to Mammoth. Chiefs suffering from their own composition there. That was the reverse synergy. I'm sure we'll see the replay, but that was a disaster of a Dragon contest and not what they wanted.
Yeah, perhaps some impatience from Only, but he spreads the seas when it was really a Jarvan trying to go forwards there and have the combo. So we definitely will get an opportunity to see that one if we get the replay. But
he's just an unwanted Moses.
Wrong time, wrong
with the
place.
big on.
Yep. Okay, let's see that one again.
And Ayla sacrificed his life for this engage because Mammoth go on him. In part, aiming for Claire, and they're like, ooh, an Ayla.
And
But then
that's
Gragas,
Jarvan EQ would have landed on 3, but Gragas just throws them all over the place. And once again, the Dragon fight gets split off.
It's
just unlucky. Right, it's chasing Claire, so
Claire's
Only
got
thinks it's
aggro.
fine.
And it's just about to run out of patience, and then just looks at them and punches them.
That's
Shout outs to the Sentinel.
That's sadness.
And also really well done from Babbitt here. He's sitting on control wards. He knows that the Dragon isn't being touched by them.
Yep.
He was expecting an earlier teleport from TN, knows that they've recalled, didn't know that it took them so long to get back. And then the follow-up here on the engage. They try and go forwards, but Triple doesn't get knocked up by TN's combo. The flag is right there, so he's able to survive, and they have to limp away.
Able to dodge away. It's just one of these things. All 3 games, the resilience from Mammoth, right? Like they keep the aggro. They keep calm, and they're not just making whack decisions. The team fight goes Ori. Oh, can we go? Can we do this? Can we just commit to the Dragon? Just keeping that one alive. That was a fish that didn't quite land.
Yeah. Not quite the Fizz ultimate, but it did indeed fizzle into the mid lane. Raze and Ayla still collecting the rest of this minion wave.
Meanwhile, on the bottom side of the map, the Chiefs are actually looking for that outer turret. Tien now very much at risk on top side, so he's going to back away from the turret for a little while. A lot of risky moves right now on this map from the Chiefs, showing their jungler at the bot lane outer turret, just looking to accelerate how fast it goes down and ensure the safety of Claire.
And now we're going back to a little bit of calm in this game. 17 minutes in, it's now 1 Dragon apiece, Infernals to each side, and we're dead even, folks. In game 3, match point here for Mammoth. Could not be any closer. Obviously, gold distribution going to be a little bit different here. Advantage to mid lane of Triple. Top lane, advantage here to Tien as well.
Yeah, and only really 400 for Mammoth going towards Destiny over Ayla. You know, very, very active. Rakan almost gets one hit by a turret there as well, because why not? Rakan, very fragile champion.
Oh,
Screw this minion in particular.
He spooked him. Babbitt. Just going to cancel the recall there. Ayla unknowingly on a ward. So this is going to give them a reasonable window right now. You can see both side lanes pushed out. The top lane turret isn't there for Chiefs, so that wave is fine. And Oceanic Bowline goes back to base, so an opportunity to look at the mid turret. Mammoth's still sticking around.
Yeah, King going to clear this one out. Babbitt around the corner doesn't have the ultimate. Going to use that one, but still able to push up to the tower. Plates down, of course, 18 minutes. Over the wall, you can take a look at Claire, but decides not to in the end. He was also sat on a control ward, so knew he wasn't seen, but Chiefs not looking for the fight.
If Ayla was there in time, then they would have looked. But they had about 3 seconds of a window there left. Mammoth, they're able to utilize that effectively. They get themselves the turret. The ward that spots Ayla originally still has not been cleared and is getting some serious value when you regard the information that it has over the Chiefs, as it knows they've stayed mid lane. And look at the way that King's hovering away from that bush until Babbitt checks it as well. They're fully aware.
Yeah, the rest of this is going to be cleared out. Baron up in about a minute 20 from now. Next dragon's going to be a Cloud.
They still think they're not on a ward, and that's just such a big opportunity for Babbitt if they wanted to.
And we'll clear it out in the end, so Chiefs knew what was happening in the last 20 seconds or so. Looking towards top lane, though. Triple is separated from the pack.
Wave's going to die, so dissuades a lot of threat. If he makes a mistake and catches the wave at even, we'll just immediately die. But you can see once again, staying calm and bot side, 1 versus 0. This turret, ooh, okay, it's going to step up for it.
The moment is here. Triple assumes they've all gone back to base. You can see Babbitt hovering TN goes as well.
Okay, too long. Ray's resetting in the mid lane. Somebody has to catch the bot side. If the play happened to wave earlier, then maybe Chiefs commit to it, but not willing to expend the extra time. Didn't have vision in the river, so it would have been a risky play, and ultimately opt in to not looking for that fight.
Yeah, reset goes towards bottom lane here as well. Has now picked up the Tiamat, so looking for the slightly tankier variation here. We'll go towards Titanic after the Black Cleaver, so not going straight lethality, looking only towards the early game. And that also sets up Lucian as well. You know, Engage comes out from the Black Cleaver, multiple procs.
Yeah, prepared to be a frontline right now is TN. Coming into this one, knows full well lethality build just gets him one hit anyway. Sejuani goes on you as you engage. You're just dead. So he's going to go a bit more tanky, be able to sustain himself in the front line, but still keeps the threat onto the carry members of Mammoth, and there's a lot of them.
But you can feel the tension in this game, right? Incredibly slow compared to the first two. We haven't seen a full-out team fight yet, and we're 20 minutes into the game. Baron is on the card, so many summoners up and available. The flash supports, you have the Rakan, you have the Alistar. The engage can come at the drop of a hat. One single misstep in the Baron pit could blow this one wide open, because 1,000 gold lead, a single cloud, that means basically nothing at this iteration of the game.
You may not have got it on stream, but you know the fan support right here for the Chiefs is palpable.
We definitely called that one.
I'll give you a second on the mic, folks. And yeah, you know, 20 minutes into this one. Said it before, I'll say it again. Match point Chiefs. I cannot believe a reality that we're in, that it could be a 3-0. You know, Chiefs in this one down ever so slightly, but really in the you magnify out, and it doesn't mean a whole lot right here. It's down to this next fight. 4 kills only in this game. You know, everybody just looking towards a big blowout moment, you have to feel.
Oh, he was able to get it. Both teams comfortable scaling does seem to be the game plan here. You know, when you look at how do these compositions operate, both very comfortable in a 1-3-1 as well, but also very capable at team fighting.
It's one of those things where Chiefs aren't a composition that wants to start the Baron, right? Like, they're too squishy, all they have is a Jarvan, and they don't really have much to sustain, or I should say a Gragas. But on the other side of the coin, Mammoth, they just want the side lane, right? They don't want to just set up all 5 members and allow the wombo of a Rakan, a Kali, Gragas, Jarvan, everything to layer on top. So they want to split this up. They want to make it a very big Summoner's Rift, and that's what they're doing right now.
Let's use that information to highlight for everybody what the most important parts of the map are, right? For Mammoth, it's bot lane, the minion wave down there, and Baron buff itself with the vision around it. For Chiefs, it's definitely still Baron buff vision, but it's controlling all of the waves to stop Mammoth from being able to threaten them. If a wave is pushed, Chiefs have to answer it. Mammoth can start the Baron because they've seen people, they've got information. So Chiefs want to try and control those waves as best they can at all times to stop Mammoth from having those opportunities.
Hey, they're just clearing out the vision right here. Triple just steps up. Gonna see this one. And still support in the pit right there, but we'll back off. It goes back to base, and we're hitting big item breakpoints across the board, actually. Just Ludens and Protobelt in the mid lane. Essendriva and Phantom Dancer. Babbitt caught a little bit here. King, on the other hand, shut down by Only. And Chiefs right here. Oh, they're going to catch Triple as well on the teleport. Good knock up there from Destiny. But here comes Tien from the sidelines as well.
And Chiefs do it once again off camera. Somehow King just gets bopped, and the Gragas ulti this time lands on its mark. Chiefs, I don't know about starting up the Baron, but they wrestled the control back, and mid lane looks to be the prize.
Yeah, they want the mid lane out of turret, but it's a Sylas, it's a Jace. They can clear the minions if you let them, so they have to stand up, body their opponents out. They're looking.
They go for the engage flash. Body slam comes out. Triple backs away. Good disengage. Again, absorbing that pressure there. Mammoth.
Very, very respectful flash from Triple. The E body slam combo comes out. That's a big tool expended there for the Chiefs in terms of setting up a Baron. That is what they have to start these off, but they do get a team fight once again. Backs against the wall. Every single time they are able to find an opportunity. Claire finds his way somehow into the backside, and that's just a recipe for victory here for the Chiefs.
Yeah, taking that out of mid lane, wrestle back the gold lead, and we'll actually see what happened to King right here. Looks like it's a 1v1.
Yeah, Raze just dashes forwards on him, has the red buff, has the Blade of the Ruin King, and Claire's able to get into the fray as well to put a bit of damage down. And then Triple teleports in. He's going to be locked down by Rakan. However, in that moment, Triple steals the Rakan ultimate and is able to get himself out to safety with that. So good play from him individually. And then you'll see the tower fall, the follow-up from Chiefs, the flash body slam, trying to net themselves another kill. The Predator, a clear sign that they're hunting for it.
Yeah.
And then he's able to get out just in the last second.
And the big thing is how that started. When you think about Lucian as a champion, if AD carries ever get left alone, he has the CC, right? It is just a slow, but if you use an ability, he can close the gap, then force on you immediately. Mammoth almost forcing in the mid lane, but Chiefs looking for a response.
Yeah, the classic out of replay, Babbitt has thrown his ultimate already. You're like, yep, makes sense, but this time does not connect onto a target. But Triple opening up with the cunning here.
Yeah, pushes them out, forces that mid lane priority as well. Chiefs now have to answer the wave before they get vision near the Baron. So this is what we're talking about, that moment where they've got to answer the wave. Claire has gone on one of the deepest flanks you've ever seen, but nobody's even there. They're hitting the Baron.
This is going to be blue trinketed. Are they still committing to this one? Babbitt's still on this. You can see on the backside.
Look at Destiny.
There's Destiny looking for the wide flank. There's the Cataclysm out from Tien. Only joins him in the pit. They'll take him down. They're backing away right now, and she's out-routing Mammoth. Pushing them back. Good charm. Gets a knock onto Triple, but Destiny has run so much interference. That's another kill. The chase down, and Raze is about to pop off. Triple kill. Quadra kill.
And Raze is insane right now. The Chiefs get the clean ace. Maybe they can't touch the Baron, too many dead, but they get a big influx of gold, momentum in their back pocket as well. And what a hero this Lucian is.
And every single time they pull something out of nothing, and Mammoth, they set up the Baron, get absolutely bopped. And from 0 kills, Lucian spikes up to 4.
Watch
this guy
Raze
is
flash.
massive. Destiny not on vision. Gets flashed the headbutt out of that one. The Alistar did nothing until he cancelled Ayla, so got some value, but the damage was long gone at this point. King, he's doing nothing. He cannot auto-attack anyone. The rip back is a little bit of time, and that entire fight, Raze just free hitting, dashing, everything all over Mammoth's graves and just wiped them off the face of the rift.
The perfect Ice Skater Lucian team fight where you get to do everything you want to. And that's 4 kills. He was 0-0-4 before that. And picks up 4 kills in that fight. And there you go. Now Lucian absolutely massive. Has 3 items. And this is now an actual gold lead here to Chiefs. You know, only resting like a couple hundred gold here and there. But now with something definite, just about 1,500 gold in this one. This will be another dragon going over to only, and of course, the Chiefs. So this will be 2-2 in dragons. But still, no team yet to pick up the Baron.
No, and it's a hard thing to do. You've already highlighted this, Ejin, but going towards the Baron if you're the Chiefs, not an easy thing. But the vision control still hasn't been wrestled by either team in an absolute sense. They're not able to push someone away from the pit. A lot of dancing happening near the red buff, specifically on the Chiefs side of the map. And the key takeaway for me from that is that, like, mid lane priority has been impossible for the Chiefs.
Babbitt yet again finds it, but Ayla escapes. He's still caught in enemy lines. He flashes the wall, actually, Babbitt. Tien chasing, but it's a good zoning culling once again by Triple. All you can eat buffet on those ultimates.
Yeah, incredibly close. The punish was almost there from Only. Raze has to dash over the wall to get to safety. Mammoth still looking the pressure. They've got the mid control back, and Chiefs still in the area. All 10 members on the screen. Predator pot from Only.
Yeah, once again using the Predator just to force his opponents around. Claire is being contested for every ward that he's looking at. Babbitt throwing ultimates every time it's off cooldown as well. We're not actually playing for vision, we're mechanics checking constantly.
That's the biggest thing for me. You mentioned Triple just kind of playing goalie with Claire. Silas with an Akali ulti, arguably more mobile. You have an extra 2 dashes off the back end of that one, and if you can just sit there, you can dissuade him from getting the flank, then your Xayah can be safe. She can deal damage without having to blow the Featherstorm, and that was the crux of the last team fight. King just did nothing, and Raze was just wiping the floor with everyone. If they can defend against that situation, then that's how they can maybe open up an opportunity towards the Baron.
So scary from both sides. Of course, we're looking towards Babbitt on those ultimates to start off a fight, but at the same time, Chiefs, you've got multiple sources of engage that can happen at any time, you know, fanning out right there. Anyone puts a foot forward outside of vision range, they're just dead. And then Chiefs will just open up a team fight on you. And that's why we're hitting this kind of stage where you're getting this equilibrium of just both teams staring each other down and no one making that misstep so the fight doesn't happen.
And you mentioned how possible it is for King to auto-attack in a fight at all, and maybe Claire does get zoned, but what are you going to use your ultimate for if you're King? It's probably the Gragas ultimate. But then there's a Jarvan that's going to be hunting you down with 80 items anyway, and the Lucian's been killing him constantly as they're engaging.
Engaged into the mid lane, starts off by Destiny. There's the flag and drag. Looks for the assassinate King. Blasters out of the pit. He's still alive. Gets the drag back right there. Root down onto Tien. But he takes out the AD carry. And Chiefs are getting multiple kills on the backside of this fight. 3 kills. Moving on to Mammoth. Jungle is dead. Triple wants into mid lane looking for a cleanup. Will he get it? Dash of the way. And Chiefs low health bars. But yet 4 more kills.
And such a monster engage. 29 minutes into the game. The first Baron buff is going to be taken every single time they just find the mark. And this is going to be the turnaround if it's ever going to be there for the Chiefs.
Low health bars do not matter when you've got a Rakan, you've got a Gragas, they've got the healing there. Claire just ticks over to 16 as well, trying to keep that mid lane priority. He is fighting Triple.
He's going for the 1 versus 1 into Twilight Shroud. Claire jumps out of this one. Triple looking for it. The rest of the team he knows is that Baron sees it go down, backs away.
He's got the Silas cosplay. Pops the Hex Drinker and he's like, yeah, what up? Hit me.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We'll see this fight again as well as it's Destiny going forwards on the Raze. The Chiefs all seeing this, just waiting in the wings as well. Only connects with the cast. Ayla's looking for the engage to follow up as well. And Claire just gets straight into the back line. And there's no King, so it's just Fudge. Easy as you'd like, he picks up the rest of the kills. And Triple comes in at the last second and just tries to do some damage, maybe dissuade them from the Baron.
And this is the Chiefs that we've seen in the regular season. Somebody shows in a side lane, Triple isn't at the fight, immediately pull the trigger, the engaged lanes, everybody commits to that one, and now Baron on their hands. The only one they've got in their own volition, there was a stolen, Jarvan gets in the pit, takes one away, but now a gold lead, 5,000, the biggest one they've had the entirety of this season. And now looking to pressure onto the base of Mammoth.
Rabib over the wall right here. We'll see this ward. Tien gives him a good old poke. And that Jarvan is getting quite scary now. 2 items looking towards the Guardian Angel as well, which will be a massive breakpoint for that Jarvan. Gets to jump in essentially for free and pop right back up again. But in that last team fight, you know, we had anti-synergy for the first combo, and that was the perfect harmony of synergy in that one. Out from Only, and Tien comes in with the dunk, takes down the AD carry, and just half helps him as well here. Raze gets him with a culling.
Fudge sitting bot lane as well, may have the teleport, but he's not physically here to stop this. Culling going to be thrown in response, and Raze is
Take this back.
Yeah. I think you dropped this one, buddy.
AP culling, significantly better than AD culling, because Raze just cops it in the noggin.
He's got lifesteal though, but yeah, he's sent him a message. Top lane, 4 members still pushing in on this one. Baron buff still on this Chiefs lineup, but it's quite hard for them to actually step up to this. They've got a lot of wave clear on this Sire.
Yeah, you have to look at Mammoth throwing the ultimate at Raze as well. He has a QSS up, now is teleporting towards mid lane. This man really cares about priority on lanes. He's going to run over towards the dragon.
Yeah,
they see Fudge.
Yeah,
Fudge an Infernal.
This is blind as well. Raze doesn't know.
No, he's
Fudge
run
is
towards the
just
red buff. Tien. Surely off the wall, hits the blast cone, sees Fudge on his way out. Daylight, what a robbery right now from the Jace. But now he's trying to run away.
Trouble.
The police on his tail, and Raze will shut him down.
And you can kind of see the evolution of that play. He was just taking the dragon the entire time. Mammoth were content with dropping an inhib if they needed to, but they were able to defend. They get the dragon, and yes, they lose a single member, a 1-5 Jace on the scoreboard. Just looks crap, but that doesn't matter at this point in the game. The double Infernal, huge prize for them at the end of that one.
I mean, you already won 4. What's 1-5 and giving your team an Infernal Dragon, right? That's the best thing you can possibly hope for. Now, the thing you have to note is that Raze flashed for that kill. So if you were Destiny, you have flash available, the timings were the same. Now you know. Now you start looking for those flanks once again. Get the flash onto Raze, try and be the hero for your team and win that team fight. But because Fudge is still dead, they can't look just yet.
And that's the bottom lane completely broken out here, 4 versus 5. Gets the knockback there off the Gragas ultimate triple. This will be the it going down. That's the knockout onto Tien. He's dead. Throws out the Sejuani ultimate. Doesn't quite tag him. Blast forwards from Fudge. Looking for the finish off there on Ayla. And Mammoth, they're still chasing for this one. Claire will jump away. Double dash out, but they're still chasing.
Jace is
Big
teleported.
TP behind the entire Chiefs lineup. They're walking straight into Fudge.
He's about half health right there.
Ayla might just instantly die.
Looking at 1 versus 3. Yeah, he's just straight up dead. Gets a 1-for-1 though. Still stopping his recalls. Only caught out as well. Mammoth get themselves another Only. Okay, will go down. 3 kills dead to Mammoth.
They have to chase them across the entire map from inhibitor that has fallen to the blue buff to get those kills at all. Claire, the last person in line, too much mobility to chase down, so they look for the teleport plays, and you have to respect that from Mammoth. They really try and force against the grain to get something back, but at the end of the day, it didn't mean too much. They do still get the inhibitor of the Chiefs, and they are still back onto the map.
Yeah, maybe, right? They lose their base, but it gives them time around the Baron buff. A minute 30 before that one is going to spawn. They already have the double Infernal Dragon. Like, if the waves weren't so heavily shoved into their side of the map, that could be Destiny going, get in that Baron Vision use, then get the Vision game up and running before Chiefs are able to, but that is not looking like the play right now. The 6,000, maybe 5,000 gold deficit. Raze is still 7-0-6, has not died on this Lucian. He has to be the target next team fight.
And TN did not die with his Guardian Angel.
Yeah.
He only has just picked that one up. So he's got it available for the next team fight, and that's a very big deal. You know, being able to still engage for your team, knowing full well his roles, now enables Ayla to just protect Raze.
Yeah, and speaking of roles, you know, I just kind of want to shout out Fudge, right? Like, first 2 games, banger of 2 matches on carry matchups. Goes into this one also on a carry pick, but has very much been the role play, you know, snagging an Infernal Dragon, then going in for the deep flank as well, getting multiple kills on the backside. You know, as you said, that conversation of against the flow of the game.
Yeah, without a doubt, this is the most successful losing Jace game we've seen in the OPL.
Oh, yeah.
Like, like you fall behind on Jace and you're just literal garbage for the rest of the game, and that just is not the case here. He's making it work, creative use of TP, just willing to sacrifice himself and the rest of the members that do deal significant damage, right? King, he is an IE user. He's significantly behind Raze in terms of the damage curve, but if he's not scared of clear, if he has space opened up, the damage could still be there for Mammoth.
And Raze has just spent all of his money. He is now full build. Just picked up the Mercurials. That Lucian will never get stronger in this game, barring maybe an Elixir that he'll purchase at some stage. So he can just 1v9 the game if they enable him to do so. And that's the target Mammoth have to find. Even if they have the item disadvantage over him, they have enough damage to kill him. And that's the game plan.
The Purple Worm is up. And Chiefs have the area surrounded. Triple's going to get the culling once again. Use this as a bit of harass. Tien stepping forward, gets rooted. Flag drag away. Has the Guardian Angel now, remember. Destiny saying hello. Goes for the combo. Won't do too much else. Destiny gets knocked down to half.
Oh.
There's the culling just a hair's breadth away from taking down the cow.
A little bit wide there is Destiny, not willing to blow the ulti on that engage. It is just a Jarvan, and they do wrestle back some control. Actually going to start this one up. Chiefs want mid-prio, and
they want the teleport maybe from Tien, if anything. I think at this point, because Fudge doesn't have it and Tien does, they're trying to keep this at a 5v5. Keep Chiefs entertained. Bring them to you so that you don't allow them to play the side lanes, because those super minions bot lane are about to end the game. Someone has to go there, and now Chiefs have their window.
And not to mention, you're talking about the neutrals. Yes, the super minions are here, but in 10 seconds, the Elder Dragon is going to spawn. Chiefs, somewhat on a clock here. Do they want to trade Baron for Elder? Mammoth are going to run straight towards it, and this is going to be a race.
Only's already first to move. He's going to show himself mid lane, but I don't know if they can even get there in time.
They have 2 TPs.
37 minutes.
They're teleporting. This is it.
They're going for it. Baron's down. They're looking for this close-in. It's going to be a still movement here. Elder's down, and Mammoth are going to have to fight their way out of this one. They turn onto Tien. Chiefs that split. Goes into the resurrect. Claire buys some time as well. Oh, Destiny stalls the backline. Tien's dead. Mammoth split though. Great Cataclysm on the death though. Destiny taking this one with Unbreakable Will, culling coming across, and I cannot believe it's a single kill.
Yes, they needed the long fight. They have the GA, they have the stopwatch to buy some time, and it just ends up being the neutral trade across the board. 3 dragons, double Infernal with an Elder is so difficult to fight through. So yes, Chiefs maybe could have kept the chase on. They could have going forward, but they have the long game. Baron lasts that little bit longer. They're happy to just ride this one out.
And there's a control ward just in this bush that'll spot them as well. So they know full well disengages 5. Destiny's actually going to play Goalkeeper.
So smart.
Very smart play from him. Hits the double combo because they are the engage tools.
Yeah.
And now they cannot help Tien, and they can't really help Claire, who then has to readdress his ult to go away from the play. Raze gets here. Mammoth know that this is not a fight that they want and force the disengage.
Yeah, crucial Cataclysm right there as well. Split the front from the back. Otherwise, Mammoth could have just zerked them down, to be honest. And that's potentially just game right there with Elder Dragon in tow. Still, multiple members with this buff. Remember, double Infernal Dragon on this lineup, so Mammoth's combat stats are through the roof right now. And Chiefs are very much aware of this, and you can see, you know, on a Baron power play at 38 minutes into the game, unable to just sit in the lane, push it down, take another inhib, you know, which is expected. But yeah, Mammoth with just a really heads-up play turning onto the Elder.
And now one of those weird situations where Chiefs, they have the gold lead, they have a huge 80 carry, and they have a Baron buff, but for at least about another minute and a half, Mammoth going to be feeling good about any sort of team fight they can look for.
There was once a red buff there.
Yeah, not anymore.
It's dead.
Farewell.
This was the drive-by as well, he didn't even stop. Yeah, Ray's very big, we've already stated it, but I believe he has the Elixir. Yes, he does, Elixir of Wrath. And yeah, 7-0-6 in this game. That quadra kill in that earlier team fight definitely helped out to speed up his build. But you take a look at the other side, King about to crest the 5-item mark as well with boots. So both 80 carries definitely ramping up in power.
And he's going to have the double Zeal item. He's going to be sitting on the max crit chance possible as an IE user as well. So feeling very good about this one, and not even sure of the current iteration of 80 carries. We don't see games go this long, but it used to be like sell the essence or either go towards something else. There may be some small optimizations that the players can look for, but Chiefs now, Elder Dragon, they know it's gone. They have a little bit of their Baron buff to play with, and immediately looking to pressure the top side of the map.
Yeah, grouped as 4, however, Tien no teleport is pushing mid lane. So this is actually Mammoth's window. They are looking.
Oh, Babip opening up onto Only. He buys some time. Ayla jumps back to his team, but Only, he's dead. Grabbed there by Destiny. Here comes Tien. He was split from the team. Now on the side, but just going to meet him on this ward. A lot of damage out from that shot blast. Raze is poked out. Tien turned on. There's Destiny. Knocked him over the wall though. Does this give him an out, however? Babip flashed away from Tien once again. Big shock blast comes across from the Jace. Flash over the wall. Not going to happen. Claire trying to duke away from this one. Early recall coming out to try and protect the base. Gets completed off of the Baron buff. Same thing here from Ayla.
And the immediate teleport from Raze as well. Gets back to base, teleports in to defend his jungle. Maybe gets an assassination as well, but just wants to be straight onto the map to still be able to influence the state of this game. At Mammoth, they had one window. They had to engage when they did, and they got it.
Yeah, absolutely. Babip lands it again. The stopwatch was not enough to buy Only his life, and now 30 seconds on the Jarvan, another couple left on the Gragas. Base going to be broken. Their inhibs have respawned, and Chiefs going to lose their middle lane.
It's just straight up dead, and they instantly turn around.
Yeah, for a second I thought maybe they continue to push forwards. Tien not available for 15 more seconds still. They've already had the chance to recall. You know, it is really hard to be a Lucian in this game when there is an Alistar and a Sejuani that are now going to be scaling up in their tank and standing in front of you. And this is the fight.
Yeah, Ayla does so much work to dissuade the engage here. He buys some time for Tien, but the jungler already lost. The other remaining frontliner left on the right side of your screen, and Mammoth just split them up beautifully. The combo cancels the EQ from Tien, and he thought about flashing the wall. Maybe that would have been the decision that gets him to safety, but Mammoth with a long chase. King untouched. This time Raze is just basing, doing absolutely nothing, and he has all the gold lead. This is once again Mammoth stalling tall and finding their opportunity.
Yeah, King smelling blood as well, able to push forward on the front lines with that chase. 42 minutes into this potential final game. Match point for Mammoth, 25 kills.
1 minute till Baron, 1 minute and 4 seconds till Elder Dragon, number 2 for Mammoth, number 1 for Chiefs. I think their priorities now change.
It has to.
And I think we're just going to find ourselves forced into a 5v5 fight at the Elder Dragon for the game.
Second Elder Dragon is a disgusting amount of stats, like quadruple bonuses for 7 years. It just lasts forever.
It's a game ender.
And it's not like Cloud Drakes and Oceans. They have double Infernal because Fudge snuck that one away. He engages on the Destiny.
Here comes Destiny, gets the knockup onto Only. He goes into his Zhonya's. Tien buys some time. He's very tanky. Goes King, throws out the Featherstorm. Tien's dead. Raze kiting back. It's not going to happen. Oh! He takes that dribble, but he's finished off. Tien backing away. Claire splitting up. Has the double dash. It's a 3 for 2. But Claire, he's dead to rights. And Fudge will get the double.
And only one member left alive. It's Tien against 3 of Mammoth. They're going straight down mid lane right now. They want to end this here and now.
40 seconds to play with Tien. Half HP against the entire lineup. Mammoth, this is it.
1v3. Now would be the time to clutch if you have it in you, Tien, but I don't think it's going to happen. 1 versus the world. Goes onto the pad. Off against the spawn pad. Gets knocked away. He's stunned. Mammoth, their sights locked on Worlds in Berlin. They turn onto the Nexus. They knock away Tien. Get out of my sights right now. Heads up. Tusks up. Mammoth trample over the former kings of the OPL and secure their first MEO title!
Well-earned victory here from Mammoth. 3-0 as well against the Chiefs. Big performers. Every single member steps up, goes above and beyond what we've known from them as well. What a fantastic showing.
And it's in multiple respects. They come out swinging, play Chiefs' game plan. And for the team as a whole, this is monumental. But King, now 5 OPL titles under his belt. He's the most decorated OPL player in history.
A clean sweep. Upsetting history. As I still have the mic, thank you to production, thank you to everyone behind the cameras, and you guys, the crowd, making this such a memorable experience, and shout outs to Mammoth. We're going to go straight to the stage with Nick Boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 OPL Grand Final winners, Mammoth! Well done!
I'm joined by Destiny, captain of Mammoth, and Destiny, congratulations. You can see how much it means to you. What's it like to win an OPL title with this group?
Bloody fantastic. I'm just so glad that we won. Like,
I know when you guys put this team together, you thought it was a superstar roster. You thought it had what it took. You know, it was a tough season, split one. You said you had to go away, do some soul searching, you know, towards the end of this year. Now you're going to be the team heading to Worlds. That must feel awesome.
yeah, I haven't been international in a long time, so definitely feels really good. And yeah, I'm just super proud of the guys because, like, you've never heard of a team going 5th place in the first split and then winning the next split. That's unheard of in OS. So I'm like just super grateful to be with all these players here today because they all put in the effort and they all put in the work, and honestly I'm just super happy. It just feels good, man.
And this is the first team ever in the OPL that did not finish first in the gauntlet system and still was able to win. 3-0 versus Order, 3-0 versus the Chiefs. That's a bloody good run.
Yeah, honestly, I think Chiefs caught us off guard in the regular season. Honestly, shout out to them. Like, I feel like they had a really strong style, and they just didn't play it today, to be honest. Like, the karma wasn't really working for them, and we kind of just punished them for that. But yeah, they were a true rival for us. They're our main scrim partner. So shout out to Swiper and Raze, my old teammates. Obviously, this is like their 6th loss now. So like, honestly, give them the support on Twitter because they need it. They really do.
Well, thank you so much and well played. We're going to throw it over to Nick, who's with Fudge.
You could feel the emotion pouring out of Destiny there. And mate, Fudge, how are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm feeling pretty fucking good, to be honest. So. I mean, obviously, OPL means a lot. 3-0 feels very good, but we still got to go to Worlds, so we're going to fucking smash them.
And your first split in the OPL, could you have asked for a better team?
I think
and try to keep it PG, please.
I will this time, but yeah, my team's the best I could have ever asked for. Like, coming into, like, turning 17, I was making sure, like, I didn't piss off the wrong people, had good friends, and I got a good team. So I got a very good team. So I'm proud of them, all of them. But yeah, we still got more work to do. So.
Well, congratulations, Fudge. I'm going to throw it to Jake before they cancel the OPL.
Thanks very much. I'm standing here with Babip, of course, jungler for Mammoth as well. And mate, you're here last year. You're on the receiving end of it, but this year you get to dish some of it out. How did that feel?
It just feels extremely good that, like, the work that you put in every single day, like, pays off in the end. and yeah, it's really relieving.
And for yourself personally, you go through Spooks, you know, the old god of the Oceanic junglers. You come against only one of your main rivals for the last couple of years. You have an absolutely fantastic series. It must feel good to, you know, try and sit yourself on top of that throne.
Yeah, it feels, just comparing to last year, like losing to Shenfire, I don't know, it just feels extremely good to finally like prove it, like, you know, I'm the best or we're the best.
And you come in, you have the flexible roster, you have Fantix as one of your coach, and you're on such an experienced lineup. Tell me about how good this group is, and how do you think you guys are going to do at Worlds?
Well, like Fantix, firstly, like I really don't see myself ever being with any other like coach. Like, it's just like I trust him like fully, and like it just feels really good. Yeah, when you have a coach that, I don't know, that you can work so well with. So yeah, and I'm just so proud of like everyone. Just like Mitch put it pretty well, like the urge to win really does override everything else. So it feels really good.
Well, congratulations, mate. Enjoy that one.
And then Triple King, I mean, guys, you're going back.
We go back. Oh, sorry?
You're going back.
We're going back. Oh, yeah, of course. And this time, we're not going to fail like last time.
Going back to Worlds. Nah, like, I'm just so grateful to have a team and people like this. You know, like, I'm just so fucking glad that I'm sorry, but, like, we worked so hard, and I'm so glad that the journey doesn't end here, you know, this year with these guys. I'm just so grateful.
And so what do you do between now and then? Like, what's the prep? Is it just downtime, or are you going double hard?
We need to make it a group, so Worlds like this. I think this is the best roster that will be sent, or has been sent so far. And I don't think anything but groups is a failure for us.
All right.
Like, we need to get there.
You do need to get there. Does it need to get there? There you go. No pressure, boys. Back to Jake with Fantix.
Thank you very much, Nick. I'm here with Dickie Sue, Perfection. You were one of the greatest players I think I've ever seen domestically, and now you go into this coaching role and you take a group of young gentlemen, and you know, obviously very rough first split, but now to win it all, how much does that mean?
I mean, I'm sorry if my answer's a bit incoherent, right? Because I'm a bit emotional, but it feels so amazing. Like, I couldn't have seen it going any other way with this group of boys. I love them all.
And unfortunately, I've seen the flip side, right? Where a couple of times unsuccessful in some grand finals, both as a player and helping behind the scene. Now to get this one, like it's a pretty big one, you know, 2019, home crowd, MEO, being able to right some wrongs must be pretty vindicating to be able to pick up that win.
Yeah, for sure. Because ever since I first made the decision to, you know, become a coach, this is where I saw myself, you know, being on the way to Worlds and hoisting the trophy. I couldn't get it done in 2018. And yeah, like you said, it's righting the wrongs of, I guess, like my coaching career. And yeah, I'm just so happy that we won.
Well, congratulations, mate. We're going to throw it over to Nick to close out the show.
A massive round of applause, please, for Mammoth. Well done, gentlemen. And do not forget, make some noise for the Chiefs, please. Please, they're back there. They want to hear you. Well done to everyone involved. A huge thank you to our sponsors as well. Without whom none of this is possible. McDonald's, M-Wave, HyperX. Thank you so much, you guys. Massive thank you to Melbourne Esports Open, Visit Victoria, Rod Laver Arena, the crew here, you guys here. We love everybody. We love the OPL. We'll see you next year.
cutting in front. Sorry.
Let me get out of it.
Let's go. Let's go, send me.
Jumps into the backline, looking for the ultimatum onto Raze. Ayla trying to cut away from this one, gets the snare down. But here's the down from the backline. Swiper down, airborne is Ayla. He's dead, heading backwards on this one. Raze is not in the fight. He's only just about to turn up, but his team is in shambles. Top lane is dead, flash of the way. But this is about to be the ace right here. Look at the choke damage from Butch. Double kill comes in for triple. And Mammoth are looking towards game 1 win.
And what just happened? Off camera, Ayla dies and Raze wasn't even there.
Onto the Nexus turrets and Mammoth, the second seed out of regular season, just destroyed Chiefs in game 1. Now it's Crocodile on the menu. He goes in for this one. He's still alive. Here comes the redemption on the tank, but he's still down. There's the shutdown. And here comes Claire. Gets the kill. Valley getting chased down and triple. Straight does indeed, yeah.
Chiefs got a big leg.
Here comes only for the engage. But just zoning them off, they're running interference now split from the teams. Here comes Claire. Onto the mid laner. Threads the needle. Takes down the carry. Definitely, they are looking for this one. Under half an hour. 2-0. Mammoth are on man point.
And eventually they take down the Nexus, but another dominant
Look at Destiny looking for the wide flank. There's the Cataclysm out from TN. Only joins them in the pin. They'll take him down. They're backing away right now, and Chiefs are routing Mammoth. Pushing them back, good charm. Gets the knock onto triple, but Destiny has put so much interference. That's another kill. The chase down, and Raze is about to pop off. Triple kill, quadra kill. It raises it. Sesame gets the knockup onto Only. He goes into his Zonyas. Tien buys some time. He's very tanky. Goes King, throws out the Firestorm. Tien's dead. Raze cutting back. It's not gonna happen. Oh! He takes that triple, but he's finished off. Tien backing away, locked on Worlds in Berlin. They turn onto the Nexus. They knock away Tien. Get out of my sight right now. Heads up, tucks up. Mammoth trap.
Well done.